The Community Development Block Grant funding was reduced this year, and the OPAS, which is Outreach Program for Ahwatukee Seniors, was not funded this year. Do you anticipate continued reduction in this program's funding?
Before I get started too, Brad, I've got to mention, this is the first in Arizona. I've never seen this happen before, where we've had to actually have the doors open in July to keep it cool in the room. That's the first. The question was, it dealt with CDBG grants and the grant funding. A lot of those dollars come from the federal government, and then they get block granted down to local communities. I don't believe that we're going to see any more cuts in the CDBG grants, Linda. It was unfortunate that the OPAS got cut. For those of you that remember, I was very involved with OPAS, literally in the original part when Ahwatukee got started, helped bring in the community pool. We did a public-private partnership with the Y and helped bring that one into the 1990s. But I don't see that happening. But I do see some of the other programs being readjusted, and this is happening throughout. What's happening with the federal government, not just on block grants, but it's happening throughout. You've got to have a what I would consider to be a master plan in order to get funding. Same thing's happening with the homeless sectors. It's also happening with domestic violence. It's happening with a lot of the social services, where you've got to have a plan in place in order as a city or as an organization or as an entity in order to be able to get the funding. So we're going to be working, we've always worked closely with OPAS, and I don't anticipate any more cuts in funding.
Karlene Keogh Parks.
Yes, Linda, I think that's a very good question, and the role of the City Council, the primary role of the City Council is to deliver quality services, and senior centers is certainly one of them. I also would fight for no more reductions in senior citizens, and I also have to tell you that I did read your blog, and I commend you for your work with your volunteers. I think also you need to have the tools, the volunteers need the tools that are necessary to make that job a little bit easier. And you know, they closed 2 senior centers recently, and I would actually advocate for them reopening the senior centers. So I completely agree with no more cuts, and actually a step further in opening up the other 2 senior centers.
Councilman DiCiccio, would you like a rebuttal?
I can. And here's what's happening at the City of Phoenix, so that, you know, you've probably heard me talk about this before. It's literally becoming a priority issue. The City of Phoenix has all the money it needs to do and fund these programs. The difference is where you decide to put your priorities. The priorities I've allocated to the City of Phoenix go directly to protecting the public and the citizenry. What you ended up seeing in the last literally several years, since 2010, the City of Phoenix, most of the members on the council, not myself, not Councilman Waring, and not Councilman Gates, and neither Councilwoman Thelda Williams, is you've seen an increase in funding when it comes to pay raises and bonuses for city employees versus the public. And that's where it goes. There's been $137 million handed out, doled out since the food tax was enacted on pay raises to the employees. At the same time, these cuts were being made. I think that's wrong.